everybody, I'm going to be showing you how to make this cute little dish with a pattern, and this is called a slip glaze. This is called slip glaze, the red, and then it's got a clear glaze on top of it, and then the outside of it has another slip glaze pattern, but we didn't put glaze on the outside to contrast with the inside. So first step, how to make a pinch pot. So you're going to get some clay. You're gonna start with a ball about the size of a tennis ball, okay? So I don't wanna grab too much. You're gonna roll it in your hand, and it's gonna be kind of ugly and not really very round, and it's gonna be lumpy. And then you're gonna take your thumb, and you're gonna put your finger into your thumb, and you're gonna start pressing your thumb and your finger together to create a pinch pot, okay? Now, this pinch pot is all lumpy and not very attractive yet, but the walls are about the same thickness, and that's what I'm going for. Thickness of walls that are similar, and you can see this is not perfect at all right now. So now what I'm gonna do is, instead of continuing to pinch, I'm going to roll it on my table, and that is going to help get the wall to be smooth, because the table's smooth, but my hands are lumpy, and that's why my pinch pot was lumpy. Okay, so now I'm just feeling around here, making sure that it's all the same, and you can see I have this spot here, not freaking out. I'm gonna roll again, getting that lip to be about the right where I want it. Okay, and you can see this part right here is all freaky, so I'm gonna push it together, and I'm gonna smooth over it with my thumb, just pushing it together, moving the clay around. And you can see I haven't had this on the table. I haven't gone like this. Okay, I've kept it in my hand for the most part. Now, I've got a bunch of junk here. I'm not really too worried about it. I could take my finger like this and rub it out if I really was upset about it, and I just couldn't go to bed tonight unless that was smooth. Oh gosh, here's another crack. All right, so I got a lot of cracks right here. Not gonna worry about them. I'm gonna let this rest, and oh gosh, you know what though? I need to make a little base, so I'm gonna tap it on my table, just a little, and I'm gonna write my name here so that I know that this is mine, okay? So here's what you're gonna have at the end of day one. Not very attractive, but that's where we'll start. Let's see how not to do this. First of all, how not to do this. So how not to do it is to fuss about my ball and roll it and roll it and roll it and love it and touch it so much that it gets too dry, and then I can't do anything. So don't overdo that. You just want to get a ball fairly quickly. The more you touch your clay, the worse off it's going to get. Then here's how not to do it. Don't go like this and push all the way through like that. That's not how to do it. We don't do it like that. Okay, let's try that again. And again, the more times you try, the drier your clay will get, and the more frustrated you will become. So, putting my thumb in, do I do it like this? Is this how I do it? On the table? Like this? I'm gonna pinch it. I'm gonna pinch it. Pinch it. This is a pinch pot. I'm gonna pinch it real good. Oh, that's not how to do it. Oh my gosh, let's try it again. All right, this is my third time trying it. I don't know, my clay might not take it. It's getting real dry. Put my thumb in like so. You know what? First of all, I think I need more clay. I'm gonna get more clay. I don't think I have enough clay there. All right, I'm gonna smush this all together. All right, roll it into a ball. Not perfect, but it's circular. Put my thumb into it, like so, and pinch. And I'm pinching the bottom first, Pinch, 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 getting the walls the same thickness. Now I'm gonna pinch the wall, getting it the same thickness as the base. There we go. Again, it's about the same thickness as my finger. There we are. And it's lumpy as heck. And I'm gonna roll it. And I'm gonna smooth it. That looks pretty good. Not perfect, but good enough for today. I'm gonna tap that bottom. And I'm gonna write my name. There we go. All right, end of day 1. Okay, so now I've come back. It's day 2, and I'm gonna take this tool called a fettering knife. It doesn't really cut anything. It's just for cutting clay. It's like a butter knife that's not sharp. And I'm just gonna take, and I'm just gonna cut this rim off. Just like that. There we go. And I'm looking at this now, and I want to make sure that my walls are even. My walls are even. This is a little thicker right here, so I'll pinch that down. And this part's a little thin here, and this clay is pretty wet, so I'm just gonna kind of add to, blend that in. There we go. Okay, now my wall, my things are like not quite even again, so I'm gonna cut it. Cut it a little more. And just kind of refine. And do some smoothing. There we go. Oh, that looks pretty good. Now, I didn't go pinch-a-holic on it. Don't go like, eh, 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 eh. All right. So now I'm looking at the outside, not perfect, totally okay though, because what's gonna happen out here is I am going to take and put slip on top of this. And then all of these little cracks right here will just kind of go away because I'm gonna put red clay on top of it after it has dried just a little bit. There we go, all right. So you can see, it went from being kind of, to being, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. The walls are the same thickness. It sits without falling over. And my name's on it. Okay, so I have let these rest for a day. My name is on the bottom of them. And they're not perfect. They're a little bit lumpy, and that's totally okay. I've got cracks here, it's totally okay. So now what I'm gonna do is, this is called white earthenware, and this is red earthenware or terracotta earthenware, and this will fire this orange color that you see on this pot, and this gray will fire this white color that you see here. So I'm gonna take my watercolor brush, which will hold lots of liquid, and I'm just going to put this on. Now, here's the deal. We don't want to over brush this. We wanna just put it on and get some more, and put it on and get some more, because if we start mixing this with the white clay, then it will turn pink, and I don't want that. That would be a downgrade. So I want this to be nice and red, and just let that be. So once I get that done, I'm gonna flip it over, do the outside. I'm gonna leave the bottom white right here where my name is. And then I'm gonna let this rest and firm up until it's a leather hard stage. Okay, so if I want, I can flip this back over and just retouch up this lip here a little bit. There we go. Now I want to let that rest. That's all I can do today. All right, so my pot has set for a day. It feels about like cheddar cheese. It's leather hard, and now I'm gonna start to carve a design in, like you see here. So I'm going to be using this tool called a loop tool. And a loop tool has a little bit of a sharp edge to it to kind of cut through the clay. And I'm just gonna discard the stuff that I cut off of here and throw it away. Okay, so now this is done, and it's going to harden and dry for a while. All right, so here are my pinch pots that I was working on. They're almost bone dry. They're still a little cold. And what I'm gonna do now is take this big fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna kinda get the dust out of it, gently tap it, out my pots a little bit, and now I've got this clear glaze, okay? So when this fires, it's gonna be clear. So the clay is still greenware, and I don't wanna brush this. So what I'm gonna do is just take a little bit of this, pour it in, and I'm just gonna roll it around carefully, carefully. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna dump it out. And then I'm gonna take, oops, well, that's not the brush I wanted to use, but whatever. Okay, and then I'm just gonna carefully just kinda tap around the edge like that. And I'm leaving this outside edge right here without glaze. So it's just gonna be bisque. And that is the last step on creating this wonderful, wonderful pot. There we go. Thanks for being good listeners.